Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. Since you can tell a lot about a person by where he or she lives, I thought I'd introduce myself by showing you my room. As you can see, I keep it pretty neat. Of course, I don't spend that much time in here. I always seem to be off solving mysteries. Anyway, here's my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That will tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way. As always, your mission is to solve the mystery by stepping into my shoes and deciding my every move. But in this game, Danger by Design, you'll be going to Paris, France, so things will be a little different. For instance, you'll be getting around on the metro, which is a system of underground trains. But don't worry, it's as easy to use in this game as it is in real life. Whenever you leave a location, you'll see a map. To go somewhere, just click on a destination on the map and voila, you're there. In this game, there will be phones you can use to make local calls for information and to make long-distance calls to my good friends Bess and George and the Hardy Boys. To call them, however, you'll have to use a phone card. Just open your toolbox, click on the phone card, and follow the instructions. Read the chapter called Inventory and Tools to learn more about the toolbox. When you're in the center of a room, you can turn around in a circle to see the whole room. Just move your cursor to the left or right edge of the screen and you'll automatically move in that direction. By the way, you can turn off this auto move feature in the game setup menu. An arrow pointing forward allows you to go forward, while a back arrow allows you to step back. Sometimes up and down arrows are available too. Give it a try. Find the forward arrow and check out Mr. Woogle Woggle. He's my teddy bear. When you want to turn around, move your cursor to the bottom of the screen until it turns into an arrow that looks like a U-turn or a back arrow, and click. I always use my magnifying glass to scan my surroundings for clues. When it turns red, I know I'm onto something. When your magnifying glass turns into a question mark, you can talk to someone. When it becomes a hand, you can use it to open and close things, pick up objects, and move things around. To see how this works, move your mouse over this scene until the magnifying glass turns red, then click to zoom in. See how the magnifying glass turned into a hand when you rolled it over the key? That means you can pick it up. When you click on an object with the hand cursor, that object gets added to your toolbox. Good work! You're a natural. To see what's in your toolbox, just click on the tool icon at the bottom of the screen, which will light up whenever you've added something new. If the All tab is active, you'll see all the objects you've collected during the game. Now click on the tab with the eye on it. When the eye tab is active, you'll see only those objects which you might want to look at over and over again, like letters or messages. Now click on the Hand tab. When the Hand tab is active, you'll see the objects that you can use to manipulate other objects. Find the key in your toolbox and click on it. See how the cursor turned into the item you clicked on? Use the key to click on the lock on my suitcase and you'll see how good I've gotten at packing. To return an object to your toolbox, just click on the tool icon, then click on the Open Toolbox and the object will go back into storage. You can close the toolbox by clicking on the square in the upper right-hand corner. Wouldn't you know it, in this game the airline loses my luggage and with it my cell phone. See the chapter called What's New to learn how to make phone calls while you're in Paris. In this game you will be able to take pictures using someone else's camera. To take a picture, open your toolbox and click on the camera icon. Then click on the button on the top right of the camera. Use the lines to frame the picture you want to take, then click. Your picture will appear in the camera and be automatically saved. You can delete it by clicking the delete button, then clicking yes. You may save up to 10 pictures at a time. Use the up and down scroll buttons on the camera to review the pictures you've taken. To put the camera away, click on the back arrow at the bottom of the screen. The notepad at the bottom of the screen is where I keep reminders to myself. Click on it and you'll see what I mean. If the book tab is active, you'll see my journal, which is where I keep all my observations concerning information I've gathered and people I've met. If you click on the clipboard with a check mark, and if you're a junior detective, you'll see a list of what I need to do. Organized person that I am, once I've done something, I check it off. The notepad at the bottom of the screen is where I keep reminders to myself. Click on it and you'll see what I mean. If the book tab is active, you'll see my journal, which is where I keep all my observations concerning information I've gathered and people I've met. If you click on the clipboard with a check mark, and if you're a junior detective, you'll see a list of what I need to do. Organized person that I am, once I've done something, I check it off. Questioning suspects is something all detectives need to know how to do. In the game, to get people to talk to you, all you have to do is click on them. Let's say I've clicked on Mr. Woogle Woggle here. Our conversation will appear in the text box below the scene, with his words in blue and my responses in white. Click on a response and see what your suspect says next, like this.
Excuse me, Mr. Giant Person, but you seem to be pretty nosy, especially for someone who hardly even has a nose. I mean, compared to mine.
You think so? Usually people only call me nosy when they're hiding something. If there are a lot of words in the text box, use the scroll box on the left to move the text up and down so you can read along. In this game, you'll have a chance to spend and earn money. To see how much you have at any point in the game, roll your cursor over the change purse at the bottom of the screen. When you buy something, its cost will automatically be deducted from your change purse. When you get paid for something, the appropriate amount will be added to your change purse. Remember, this game takes place in Europe, so you'll be dealing with euros, not dollars. You won't have an alarm clock in this game, but forget about sleeping in. You're going to be way too busy for that. Before you can start playing, you need to decide whether to play as a junior or senior detective. If you choose junior detective, you'll get more hints than you will if you're a senior detective, and the puzzles will be a little easier. When you're ready to start playing, just click on the plane tickets and bon voyage! The menu screen is your starting point for the game. To access the menu while you're playing the game, just click on the menu icon on the lower left side of the screen. When you open the menu, you'll have several choices. Click on New Game to begin your adventure. Click on Load and Save Game to save your current game or to load a game that you have previously saved. When you click on this option, you may save your current game by typing in a name. For instance, Game 1. Then clicking on Save. You can save up to 35 games. Or you may load a saved game by clicking on the name of the game to highlight it, then clicking on Load. A word to the wise, periodically save your game, just in case. Click on Continue Game to resume your game. For example, if you saved your game or interrupted gameplay to access the game setup screen, click on Continue Game to start your current game where it left off. When you make a game-ending mistake during the game, and don't worry, everyone does, you will automatically go back to the menu screen. Click on Second Chance, and you'll return to the game, where you'll be able to try again. Click on Game Setup to make the volume of voices, music, or special effects more to your liking. You can also turn off closed captioning, the words that appear during the game in the window at the bottom of the screen, and Auto Move, the arrow that appears at the side of some screens that allows you to automatically move in that direction. Click on Game Credits to see the names of all the talented people who helped make this game. Click on Help for tips that will help you play the game. To turn off the game and return to the desktop of your computer, click on Exit Game. If you haven't saved your game, you'll be asked if you want to do so.